Okay, people, I know this is not my typical dress code. This is not my typical video, but guess what? Real estate doesn't sleep, and I'm on vacation. Mm, did I say that real estate doesn't sleep? Of course not. But I did want to tell you, why aren't home prices crashing? A lot of you have been like, well, you know what? I'm just going to wait for the market to crash. But there's been a lot of changes. I mean, especially a lot of shifts in the housing market recently. Mortgage rates have rose drastically, and then they're coming down, they're coming up. It's kind of like a roller coaster of things, right? So, I mean, especially last year was dramatically that increase, which have we actually have seen historically increase completely. But then there's been like a lot of impacting changes, meaning like, many people's ability to buy a home, because once interest rates go up, then that actually reduces the amount of house that you can buy. So the higher the interest rate, the smaller house you can buy. So let's say, for instance, here we got chips and we got the house. So this is how big the interest rates are, and this is the amount of houses that you can buy. But if it were the whole different case, then if this was like the interest rate, this would be like the amount of house you could buy. But things have changed. So that means things have shifted in the past year. And you know what? After several years of rapid price appreciation, home prices finally peaked last summer. So these changes have led a rise in the headlines saying prices would end up crashing. People, this is what I've been telling you guys. Yes, I know I got a little bit sunburned. Let's not go there, okay? So, with the whole housing pricing changing, crashing, and you guys thinking that the whole market's going to crash and the world's going to end, people, let me be clear. It's not going to crash. It's not going to end. It's just, you know what? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. This is not 2008. And this is what I've been telling you guys over and over again. So even though we're no longer seeing the buyer frenzy that drove the home values up during the pandemic, keep in mind supply and demand, right? Supply and demand. That means when there's no supply, there's a high demand. That means prices go up like crazy. Let's not even get started there. But so now with and keep in mind the pandemic also had a lot of cost to it too. I mean, seeing the buyer frenzy that drove home values up during the pandemic, prices have been relatively flat at the national level. Lawrence Young, chief economist, he's my best friend because he's actually knows a lot of this. So he's the chief economist at the National Association of Realtors, doesn't expect that change. And why doesn't he expect that to change? Because home prices will be steady in most parts of the country, with minor change in the national median home price. That means, people, like, this is what I was telling you guys months ago. It's going to be like an appreciation. It's going to be flat, meaning it's going to be like, it's not going to go up and down, up and down, and up and down, but it's going to be like a flat level, which is pretty good because that means that we're going to be like price appreciation up and down, up and down. No, we're going to see more of a steady increase. So you might think that sellers would have to lower prices to attract buyers in today's market, and that's the part that many of them are waiting for that price to decrease. But people, a lot of you are waiting for the prices to come down, and actually it's not going to come down. When have you seen rent come down? And you know what? Most of you are waiting for prices to come down, to crash down, and it's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. The market's going to be stable for around 3 years, for the next 3 years. And this is all the information that I've done, research and all that. And when you guys are listening to the headlines, people, you guys are a little bit like, don't listen to the headlines. Listen to me. I have the accurate information for you guys. But there's another factor at play. So there's a lot of low inventory. Yes, people, there is a lot of low inventory. Like right now, I have probably like over 50 buyers looking for houses, but we haven't found that perfect one for them. But let's not go there. There is a low inventory. So that means, and according to Young, that's limiting just how low prices will go. So if there's low inventory, yes, they're going to be sitting down. They're going to be sitting on the market for a little bit longer, between 25 and 47 days. But this is depending on the county, state, and the location of where you're at. Some of them may look at 6 months. But here we are talking about most likely what's really happening. Meaning what's happening is if these houses are staying there for 6 months, is we got to look at them a little bit more detail. Meaning staging, what it looked like. Pretty houses are selling fast. So in this case, you might think sellers would have lowered prices to attract buyers in today's market. And that's the part of why some have been waiting for prices to come crashing down. But there's another factor at play: low inventory, and according to Young, that's limiting just how low prices will go. So we simply don't have enough inventory. Will some markets see a price decline? Yes, depending on what market it is. With the supply not being there, the repeat of a 30% price decline is highly unlikely. So as you can see in the graph, and this is what I'm going to tell you guys. Okay, from 2011 till now. So back in 2008 and 2011, yes, I mean, I'm talking about there was an overbuilt. Now we're actually underbuilt, and it's going to take them a while to actually be able to be like stable, or have an actual inventory of being like, okay, we're good with inventory. It's going to take a while. We're underbuilt right now. Believe it or not, we are underbuilt. So the lack of available homes on this market or on the market is putting pressure on prices. Bankrate puts it like this: this ongoing lack of inventory explains why many buyers still have little choice but to put bid up prices. Yes, people, we're still going in multiple offers. We're still going in bidding wars. And some of them, oh, there's an offer? No, I don't want to. They're scared of it. But this is what I'll suggest for you to do. If you're working with an agent and they say, hey, there's multiple offers, just put an offer in, work it out with the agent, talk about it, see what is there is going on. I mean, there's a lot of things that come into play. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people putting upon the sale of their house. Some of them are relocating from one state to another. So, and it also indicates that the supply and demand equation simply won't allow a price crash in the near future. So if you're thinking that you're going to lose money on your house, or you're buying, or you're just waiting, people, the cost of waiting is huge. It is huge. But if more homes don't come on the market, a lack of supply will keep prices from crashing. And according to the industry expert Rick Sharga, inventory isn't likely to rise significantly this year. A lot of people are staying in their houses, especially because of that interest rate. And some people won't move because they don't have to, but some people will have to actually sell the house and relocate to another state, job, marriage, babies. They need a bigger house, divorce. I mean, there's that. I mean, there's a lot of things that come into play because people will always need a house to either move out, or depends on the location, depends on the situation. I mean, there's so many things that can come into play. Sellers are under no pressure to move since they have plenty of equity right now. And this is why I'm telling you guys, they don't have that pressure to move. So the equity acts as a cushion for homeowners, lowering the chances of distressed sales like foreclosures and short sales. And with many homeowners locked into low mortgage rates, the equity cushion isn't going anywhere soon. So with so few homes available for sale today, it's important to work with a trusted real estate agent who understands your local area and can navigate the current market volatility. So a lot of people expect prices would crash this year, and thanks to the low buyer demand, that isn't going to happen. Why? Because there aren't enough homes for sale. So if you're thinking about moving this spring, just let me know. Ask me questions, and I will love to guide you. So this is Cindy Pressface with Cindy's Realty Group with Coldwell Banker. Talk to you soon, guys.